conference, we have, last but not least important, Walied al-Basheer. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. I'm trying to put this quick so I don't be between you and the party. This is Waleed al-Basheer from Inbound in Dubai. And we're going to talk about an experience that we've been working on over the last 6 months. And basically, this experience is about corporate staff transportation. And basically, our client is serving 90 million passengers annually. So it's an airport services, one of the busiest airport in the world. And they do have to transport 22,000 staff daily. So those 22,000 staff, they are coming from around 536 points. And we conduct this through about 700 trips. So 700 trips daily, 536 points. And we need to make sure that every trip is concluded within the time range. Every trip is concluded without issues that's coming from third parties, issues like traffic jams, accidents, vehicle breakdowns, and stuff like that. So based on this, we've been working around with our client. When we received the first request of information, they didn't know even how many trips they wanted to do. They didn't know how many vehicles that they would require for this operation. So we had to do some planning part, and out of this planning, we figured out this operation could be done with around 100 buses. But 100 buses, we have to make sure that we are utilizing each and every bit of resources within this operation. And eventually, we have created all the routes. We have about 220 routes. Some of the routes, they are just 2 stop points. Some of the routes, they are 20 stop points. So we have to make sure the estimated time of arrival at every point is within the adequate time required, and also the critical bus to reach the last destination in the right time. Okay, these are the stops, as we say, about 500 plus stops that has been created through Nimbus. And actually, this has been, for us, it has been a serious validation of Nimbus solution. Then we have the online part. The Nimbus team has been very kind into adapting some of the critical requirement that the client was asking about. Let's see, for example, one of the things that we had earlier is that we needed to run a couple of buses in the same route. So by that time, we can figure out the most right part of the screen, where they have shown here how many buses are scheduled for these trips and how many buses is existingly serving this route right now. Another part which we have asked about is to show the vehicle number, the ability to show the vehicle number plate when the bus is serving, and it has been adapted. And we continuously send feedback to Nimbus team in order to make it prettier and more convenient. So the process works like, first, when the staff get into the bus, we get to scan the ID of the staff, so we would know that the ID number of every staff member that has come inside the bus. Collect the data, store the data, send it to the server, and then we are getting. This is a sample of the IDs that we are getting. And after looking at several devices to capture the ID, we figured out that an imager-based barcode scanner could be the best solution to capture the ID of the passenger. And then we have fitted up, and then basically this is how it's been fitted, you know. So when the passengers get into the bus, they just have to present the ID, and then we would capture this ID as a notification event. So whenever that sensor that's captured the barcode scanner, we will capture that specific ID and put it in an event through the notification, and then we can report on those events. So basically, when we look at it, what we're getting the vehicle number, and we are getting the staff ID number. We are getting also the time and the location where the incident or the punch-in has happened. So based on this information, we are storing it locally, and then based on that, we are getting the OTB report. So for such critical operation, our client have a specific SLA with the end consumer. So in this SLA, the on-time performance should not be less than 98%. So you have to make sure that your total KPI and on-time performance, that does not goes beyond this limit. And then eventually, this is a timeline sort of performance between the planned trip and fulfilled trips as well. And then they also segregate the trips into different groups. The other part that we have established is the mobile app for the passengers, because you do have about 22,000 staff members. So the more you give them a tool to self-service, or at least to get the information at the right time, the less load you would have in your call centers in terms of asking about the bus timing, why it's arrived or it hasn't arrived, or basically in case of any support that's required. So based on this, the staff will register themselves. They will put a registration, and then based on that registration, we can see that he has to scan like a barcode of a specific route that he's using. Based on this barcode, then we will figure out that he can get out from this point or that point, what is the point which is closer to him to get through. And then he will figure out when is the estimated arrival time of that particular bus at that particular point. If he misses a point and it's easier to catch the bus with the other point, also can do that. And then eventually it will show him where he should pick up the bus from. Then finally, we also give him the ability to review the ride. So basically, how was the ride, and if he need to write any comment about the vehicle or the driver, as well as we have the ability to send him notification. So sending him notification, let's see, for example, there is an accident in this route, this particular route during the trip time, and then we need to make sure that these guys are notified that there will be a delay. Then we can push this notification right away. So basically, this is like what we have managed to do with Nimbus. And thank you to Victoria and the team. They have been, we've been bothering them a lot actually, but they've been very responsive, especially in some of the wish lists. And still, when we're working with such client, with such load, 90 million passengers annually, 22,000 staff members, airport operation. If you are going to be late on arrival more than 10 minutes, you have to inform them so they keep the current shift available till the other shift will come. So there have been a lot of back and forth, but at least right now with this experience, we feel more confident about using Nimbus, about using Wellon as a backend, and the other tool we have built on top of that for further corporate transportation. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I would love to hear about it. Thank you very much. Sorry.
We could not push it. Now we're trying with a university that has its own operations within the campus. We hope we will succeed, but for the public transportation, it's a different players in Jordan. We could not push numbers.
I agree with you. Up to an extent, I agree with you. But again, we try to find a chance. We took about 18 months to get through to this solution. But again, one of the main factors that provided an added value for the client, based on us, is the way we have made the route planning, the way we have made the operation planning before feeding it to Nimbus. Because normally, similar situation, these guys, they will just tell you, okay, at 6 o'clock, at this point, we have 200 passengers. They need to go to 3 points. Then we have to get all this together in some sort of route optimization planning solution. We use an open source platform from Graph-Hopper. It's called GSprit. We load all this information there, and then it will output for us a plan that is suitable for Nimbus to be deployed at Nimbus. So this practice at the pre-sale phases help us into getting the deal after that.
Was part of your solutions to provide and integrate the point of sale?
We do have to capture the passenger ID at this point, but since this is a corporate travel, so the fees was paid by the the fees was paid by
prepaid.
Yeah, it was prepaid by the company itself. But nevertheless, I mean, I think right now with the deployment of GTFS, recently they have deployed Google Transit feed system to onboard the data in and to export the data. This will make it more easier to deploy the fare system. Like if I have a sort of automatic fare collection solution that's like an ERB or whatever, when I get the GTFS data, probably I will get the fares of every trip from point A to point B. So here deploying it into here, I think this is another step to go, and this is something we're exploring still with.
Are you required to install mobile DVRs?
Yes, in this project, we're required to install mobile DVRs.
Two separate systems? Or
it's a separate system. It's a separate system. But we do have another project that we are working on now, an extension of this, which is an integrated one. So the MDVR, ADAS, and lane keeping assisting, it's integrating with that. It's just a part of integrating the barcode scanner within the MDVR itself. But we use one solution for all.
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you very much. See, for controlling the passenger, since those are corporate employees, so the cost factor, it's not there. Okay. The second thing, I need to know that this employee is authorized to use the bus at this different time. Let's see, he's not using the bus to go to the mall or using the bus with their friends or whatever. So based on that, we do have an MDVR camera that is focused on the scanning, where they punch in. So for the sake of audit trial, the passenger is not allowed to talk to the staff just to avoid friction. But if he feels that somebody is not punched in, he will just report that. They get back to the MDVR recording, and they'll figure out. Another part is that when we are getting this information, we are also giving it to the client. So the client, based on this information, he will figure out that according to his roster planning, he will figure out that this ID, for example, all the IDs are starting with the $sign, those are the employee ID. So he will figure out, most of them, they are matching. Let's see, today, my roster is like for the 22,000 people is like that. So if there are any people, let's see, they should come at 6 o'clock in the morning, but they come at 6 o'clock in the morning and they come also at 9 o'clock in the evening. Then this is an excess usage, and this will be segregated as a different report, like a discrepancy report, and that it will be looked at based on that. One of the interesting practice we did here is that some of the report requirement that require data to be pulled from Walied and data to be pulled from Nimbus. So we had to develop a middleware where through the API it will capture the required data from Walied and the required data from Nimbus and put it in a local repository, and then we are able to hook up a business intelligence solution in which can show the client a lot of stuff. Because like when we're dealing with such client, we have to put the options open. You cannot tell him, I cannot provide you that, or I cannot provide you this. So based on that, I'm getting all the reports or all the fields that I need. I'm getting it localized in a local repository. And then on daily basis, I am just appending this data. And then when he's plugging the dashboard, he can do all the filtering and everything.
Was it required online to see the utilization of the buses compared to the capacity of the bus?
Yes. Yes.
Online?
Yes, I will show you a report on that. Yeah, I will show you. So
how did you capture the number of passengers?
Okay, so now based on, if you see like, for example, this bus, the last bus FMB, this last bus W3142, this bus, I know the capacity of this bus.
Yeah.
So this bus capacity is like 40 seat. And as you see now, that specific bus, we can see here, they are like 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever passenger that has been on this bus. So we have an account, we have a counter for every trip that's count every punch-in, a unique punch-in within that trip boundary. So let's see, between 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, we had like 25 punch-in, and then we have a formula 25 upon 40. So we figure out the utilization. This was one of the main requirements by client, actually.
So you didn't have to install passenger counters?
But passenger counters, we tried in several projects. It does not work.
Not
it
maturity.
it give you a sort of data that is not really reliable, because based on you know, the height of the people, based on how many people they are coming in, you know, based on the many other factors. We tried this couple of times, but we figured out it will not be an accurate data. Thank you very much. Any other question? I think we go to the party now. Thank you very much. We thank Gurtam for such a wonderful event. But this is really getting better and better every time. And we look forward to come to Minsk every year and meet such a wonderful partners, Gurtam team, and enjoy the hospitality of the city. And thank you very much once again.
Thank you, Walied. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
All right, so as Walied well said, yes, the conference is coming to an end. The buses have already started, you know, doing their rounds, so you can exit.